and welcome to SJB News, coming to you from Woking on BBC School Report 2017. Coming up on our programme, Brexit. The final parliamentary obstacles have been removed. We asked the public for their responses.
With mental health issues reaching epidemic levels, we ask how your emotional well-being a day might be able to help you. The creative pressure on art subjects is hurting pupils in the country. According to reports from teachers and students, we take a closer look at the government's education policy.
But first, the green light has been given to Brexit, and predictions are that Theresa May will formally announce Britain's withdrawal from Europe by the end of this month. The big question about whether Brexit is going to happen has been decided, and final obstacles have been cleared this week. However, the public, as well as politicians, continue to be intensely divided about whether Brexit is a good thing for the country.
Well, I think Brexit is a very bad thing because our government is now going to have to spend much more money on things that they buy from the EU market now since they have left.
I was really sad when the referendum ended up with us leaving the European Union because as a languages teacher and someone who's lived in France and in Italy while I was learning languages, I think it's really sad that we won't have that opportunity in quite the same way to be a part of Europe as we have been previously.
Well, Brexit seems to be a very complicated subject. I struggle with Brexit because it's hard to know what are truths and what are lies coming from the government and the MPs, but at the heart of it I cannot imagine that you can be worse off, or I can't imagine that you can't be better off if everyone's together. Okay, so I like people who are working together and not apart, so I'm all for everybody working together. So I would quite like to remain a part of the EU, but Scotland, where I'm from, voted to remain part of the EU, however England didn't, so there's a bit of a predicament for Scotland, which has triggered another referendum in Scotland if Scotland wants to be part of England. Who knows, another one waits in line, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I understand why people are against Brexit, but we're paying money for no reason when we could be spending our money on the NHS and stuff that could help us and provide for us.
I mean, Brexit is honestly terrifying, but I think it might be a good opportunity in the end.
I think it will be a good opportunity for us as a country to tackle problems that have been occurring for lots of years, and I think it will help us to grow independently.
1 in 4 students are suffering from stress in the UK. The emotional well-being 5 a day, according to the NHS, 5 steps we can all take to improve our mental well-being. Anyone of any age can use this strategy. We spoke to teachers and students in our school in Woking.
Reading is the most important part of my 5-a-day well-being. It can help me develop my English skills and takes exam stress off me.
How do you deal with the stress of daily life?
Well, I'm a strong believer in using positive mental attitude as a way to get me through the day. I constantly have a really positive image in my head. Sometimes it's my family and the thought of being with my family, and that helps me get through the stresses of daily life.
When do you use it?
Well, I'll often use it at points during the day when it becomes very stressful, but certainly at times when I've had a lack of sleep and I have a lot of work to do. Having that thought in my head at those crucial moments is the thing that gets me through the day. I like to call it positive mental attitude.
Do you think it is important?
I think it's very important for everyone to have something very positive in their mind on a daily basis. We do face a lot of negative things on a daily basis. We face a lot of work that we all have to do, and it's vitally important that we remain buoyant and keep our positive mental attitude very much in the forefront of our mind.
Well, music is very important to me because it helps me. Whenever I'm in a bad mood, I put music on because it helps me stay calm, and it also helps me concentrate on other things rather than the things I don't like. And in exams, when I'm revising for exams, it kind of helps me forget that I have them, and it also helps me revise.
Less children are taking creative subjects such as art, drama and music for GCSEs, as government prioritises academic subjects, including maths and science. This means that students don't have the opportunity to express themselves. In the words of Albert Einstein, idealised scientist, imagination is more important than knowledge. However, one school in Woking has clearly turned the tables and values creative subjects as much as core subjects.
What is the advantage of creative subjects?
Well, it's important to remember that Einstein said that imagination is more important than knowledge, and being able to use your imagination, explore your imagination, and keep practicing using your imagination is hugely important. It's a life skill, and I think it's something that you can always use in a variety of ways in different subjects. You can apply it to maths, you can apply it to science, you can apply it to arts. It's a skill, it's a life skill.
What do you think will happen in the future without having creative subjects?
Well, having creative subjects is a way to make students reinvent ideas. Would it be fair to say that in the future, if we are lacking in creative subjects, then we're not giving students the opportunity to reinvent quite stale and old ideas? We could be looking at students repeating quite conventional things, whereas we want to try and nurture young people into coming up with very unconventional, inventive, unique ideas. And I think that the creative subjects are very, very good at allowing students the time in which to explore that.
What impact has creative subjects had on your life?
Well, certainly for myself, it's made me who I am today, which is a secondary school teacher. So I come from an arts background, so certainly over the last sort of 20-25 years, having and valuing the arts subjects has certainly given me a way into teaching. So for me, it's something that should be kept alive. I think it should be something that we're valuing all the time. I think it should be something that young people are expected to value, because it will make them into really rounded, wonderful, culturally aware young people in the future.
At the start of this academic year, a new future for SJB Performing Arts began. Music and drama joined together to create a new SJB Performing Arts department. This collaboration was first seen in November when SJB put on the play Romeo and Juliet, which was one of the school's most successful performances. The show involved incredible music and amazing acting. The Performing Arts department also created a new drama club that runs after school on a Tuesday and is run by Miss Curtin, who has worked in theatre and the West End. A new addition to the Performing Arts department at the beginning of the year was music teacher Mr. Ali.
School, at one point in your life, it was one of, if not the most important part of your week. Systems we normally think of at the norm being 9 to 3:30, Monday to Friday, but for many schools around the world it's a lot different in places such as China and South Korea. It can consist of up to 14 hours a day, with the start time being too early as 4 o'clock in the morning, with you having to spend the first hour cleaning up your school. Along with this, it is also very strict. This means that the students are encouraged to focus completely on their work. This has proven to work, as grades in Asia are some of the highest in the world, including South Korea having the overall highest grades in the world for reading, maths and science.
Woking SC is a local football team which has many players from around the globe. They are currently 21st in the Conference Premier League, hoping that their new loan signing from Ipswich will help them.
Recently, Woking Football Club is pleased to announce the signing of Ben Morris on loan from Ipswich Town. Ben, 17, is a striker who came through the academy at Ipswich Town. Ben is a regular in their under-23 side, scoring both goals in Ipswich's 2-1 win against Bristol City last week. Ben has also represented England at under-17 and under-18 levels. Woking Football Club states that they are happy to welcome Ben to the club. Last weekend, on the 12th of March, many brave SJB students and teachers ran in the Surrey Half Marathon, a 5k race and the Children's 2k race to raise money for SJB's SJB's world-class sports facilities, according to Mr. Newman, head of PE at SJB School. Some of these new facilities include a 3G artificial grass pitch, an outdoor table tennis tables, and a sprung dance floor, to name a few.
Last year we raised a large amount of money, which allowed us to buy the valuable equipment for our new world-class sport and wellbeing facilities. Since the Surrey half last year, we have added a new rock climbing wall and more equipment to fill our sports hall, allowing us to try out different sports such as trampolining, dodgeball, handball, badminton and volleyball. We have also added a new gym with high-tech equipment such as treadmills, rowing machines and a dance studio. Furthermore, the classrooms have dramatically been improved, allowing the students a better working environment, giving them the opportunity to get the best GCSE results. It is obvious that the ability of the students' sport has been increased as one Year 13 managed to run the Surrey half in roughly an hour and 30 minutes, which is a huge improvement from their time last year.
SJB has progressed as a world-class school in the past year. We have had the use of our new sports hall, which has opened in September 2016, to all our students and teachers. The sports hall is a massive improvement towards our learning and health, as we are able to keep fit, healthy and learn about the aspects of PE. Some of the new sports we are learning about are rock climbing, handball, trampolining and gym training. The sports hall has helped our school teams to achieve titles such as district and regional championship. Treadmills, watt bikes, weights, basketball and netball hoops and cricket nets are newly added equipment for us to train and support us in our sport. Finally, we are encouraged to keep fit through our new sports clubs. This gives us more life skills to learn and a new way to exercise. Table tennis and trampolines are some of the new equipment we use. Trampolining in itself is 68% more effective than jogging. It helps your immune system, increases blood circulation. Facilities like this make us better and healthier school. How was the money raised to get the sports hall?
So we did quite a lot to raise the money for the sports hall. We ran events within school and we also entered the Surrey Half Marathon and the children's race with the 5 and the 2K and asked the students and parents and staff to collect sponsorship, and we asked that every student try to raise £250 and the same for the staff. So our big fundraising event was the Surrey Half, but we did a lot within school as well, trying to raise money through Mufti Days and school events.
What did they go to and what are the new facilities?
So the stage 1, so for the first round of fundraising, that was for the development of the equipment. So the sports hall and the facilities the council provided funding for, but everything that went inside that we had to provide. So for example, all of the ropes for the climbing wall, all of the carabiners and climbing device, all of the fitness and weights equipment, treadmills, cycling, the watt bikes, all of that was provided from the fundraising. All of our new equipment, Olympic size handball goals. So we tried to use the money to invest in a range of activities and also a range of equipment for both Key Stage 3 and Key Stage 4.
Will we hire new professional teachers to teach specifically on the sports?
Good question. Probably not, because we have 8 PE teachers in the PE department already and we're all qualified to teach a range of subjects, so we'll probably just do more to develop our own professional knowledge as opposed to get other teachers to come in.
And finally, what can we achieve in terms of the sports hall in the future?
So SJB has an amazing sports achievement record, and in terms of the district and the county we have a great success rate. So with the new facilities and the new equipment, hopefully that will allow us to achieve even better, strive for even more. And for example, even in this last week, our Year 9 girls have actually managed to get to the second round of regionals. So we are really trying to improve on our success rate as opposed to development, because we're already at an amazing standard.
Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That's all from SJB News.
For more, visit our website.
See you next year.